Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Canelo, the exhibitionist. That's what Canelo has become. Now make sure you like and subscribe and leave that donation for that fried rice and chicken wings. Also for that curry chicken and roti. And maybe a little bit of barbecue. Hey man, look. Canelo can do what he wants. I don't like it. Most of y'all don't like it. I was excited to see Canelo and Crawford scrap. I always said Canelo should be the favorite, but Terrence Crawford is going to try to win. But now the word on the street is Canelo is going the route of just getting the most money possible. He's given so much to the sport of boxing that, hey, he can do what he wants and he's doing it. Now, let me just, kind of get y'all caught up to speed on a few things here. Now, this is what I think is the issue. From me going out here, man, and kind of scouring the landscape to try to figure out something factual. A bit more than just having a conversation, but something with some teeth, right? So what I'm understanding is Canelo was trying to fight Crawford in December. September 13th, money was agreed to. Venue was agreed to, and then it was announced, okay? Crawford being a pound-for-pound star, this was supposed to be the mega pound-for-pound matchup of the decade. But then the fight was canceled, and it confused the shit out of fans. Now, what I'm gathering is something about the weight. It's not that Crawford wanted the weight Crawford had no issue with nothing. 168, no rehydration. It seems to be the issue is with Canelo. Now, Canelo's supposed to fight in May. And remember, Crawford September. So we've been out here trying to figure out who's Canelo going to fight, who Crawford's going to fight. This is what I'm getting. Canelo and Jake Paul is the fight they're trying to make in May. Because, Canelo didn't want to mess up his payday against Crawford. Crawford doesn't seem to have the luxury to find a cherry-pick type opponent before going into the fight with Canelo in September. But it looks like Canelo and Jake Paul have firmed up just about everything, but the sticking point is the weight. Now, what we know is when it comes to Jake Paul, when he fought in November against Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, he looked like a little mashed potato. He had bubbled up to like 220-something pounds. Now, the lightest he's fought is not the lightest, but when he fought at 183, is against Tommy Fury, where he lost. So Canelo, who fights at 168, he's got to figure out the weight. Now, if you listen to Canelo, who's supposed to be the face of boxing, on many people's pound for pound list as the show pony, the golden child. Well, it seems like he wants to make sure that Paul doesn't come in there with all of this size that could give Canelo some problems that most people feel weight advantage wouldn't benefit Jake Paul. But Canelo's like, nah, I'm not going to take it to the stupid and get in the ring here with El Bozo and allow him to outweigh me by like 50 pounds. That being said, Turkey Al-Sheikh, he's not involved in this fight in May for Canelo. That's what I'm gathering. Now, there's still... Remember, I'm not the expert. I'm just a guy like y'all who read shit, right? But I read about 4 or 5 articles. My understanding is that fight in May, Turk Al-Sheikh has nothing to do with it. That's why Turk Al-Sheikh has no control. But if Canelo and Jake Paul have agreed to a fight, that fight weight's not going to be 168, people. And this is what the concern is, that maybe Canelo is trying to not have to be like Roy Jones Jr., not have to be like Earl Spence cutting weight, and not have to be... There was someone else who gained weight and cut weight. Oh, Antonio Tarver, right? He doesn't want to put himself in position to where if he bubbles up to, let's say, 185 to fight Jake Paul, he doesn't want to have to come now and cut down to 168 for Crawford a few months later. So as a result, it looks like that was the sticking point that drove him to say, you know what, I don't want to go forward with the Crawford fight. Now, when you look at it, for Canelo, where is he going to make the most money? Is it against Crawford or is it against Jake Paul? I'm thinking when Turkey's in the house every day is Thanksgiving. So I'm thinking against Turkey al-Sheikh, Riyadh season team, that's where he make the most money. But it looks like there could be some mind-blowing money on the table for him to face Jake Paul Cinco de Mayo weekend in Las Vegas. Now, I don't know where that fight's going to end up. But maybe Canelo's going to get his 150 million, 200 million fighting Jake Paul. And also maybe we get the shock of our lives and find out that somehow Netflix, PBC, or somebody's involved. Okay, because Canelo does what he wants. He works with who he wants. Same thing with Jake Paul. So I wouldn't be surprised if we all get the shock of our lives and hear that the fight's being announced. Him and Jake Paul, it's going to be on Netflix, and somehow Al Heyman has his hand in the pot. But one thing that concerns me is Canelo's last 5 fights have been at 168 pounds, and he holds 3 belts, the WBC, WBA, and WBO titles. So look. I know Jake Paul been saying he wants to fight Canelo, and I do believe that it's all been kind of orchestrated for this fight to happen for years. But I just don't know how well Canelo does putting on a bunch of weight to face a guy like Jake Paul. I still think Canelo should tranquilize him, but I don't know. The weight seemed to be the issue. Canelo going after Jake Paul, the Jake Paul money, and having a balloon up in weight, and then to come back at your cut weight to face Terrence Crawford. Even Canelo is like, look, I can gain weight and fight and beat Jake Paul, but I can't gain weight then try to cut that weight down to where I can't train the way I need to. I'm more focused on losing weight and getting in the ring with a guy like Terrence Crawford, who's sharp as hell, who's locked in, and think that I'm going to beat him. Like, even Canelo's not that stupid. Anyway, what Canelo's been doing, he's basically become an exhibitionist. Okay, him fighting Jermell Charlo, him fighting Edgar Berlanga, which was a pretty interesting fight, but still, it almost like an exhibition. The fact that he's going to fight Crawford, some people see this as a senseless fight, almost exhibition type, and then fighting Jake Paul again, another exhibition type fight. So to me, the only thing left is for Canelo to fight, fucking Charlie Brown, because this is what it is. This shit has turned into a fucking circus. It's cartoonish to a point. But I'm not going to sit here and say, it's like we said in the military. When you get to a certain position, we say rank has its privileges. And I achieved a certain position to where I was allowed to do anything I fucking wanted, because only 1% of the people got to the level that I reached. And I think Canelo is that 1%. So, it's a rank has its privileges type deal. A lot of people who may just be coming into boxing, they didn't see the work Canelo put in from age 15 up to now. They didn't see the work he put in. They don't know. But those who know about Canelo's history, they know that motherfucker been putting in work for a long time. So to see that he's at a position now where he's like, shit, if I want to go and wrestle a goddamn kangaroo in Australia and get paid $150 million, I just put boxing gloves on him, boxing gloves on me. We wrestled, then I knocked the kangaroo out. Fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Like, you can't take away what Canelo's accomplished in the sport, but at the same time, you can't tell me that Canelo's not becoming an exhibitionist. He's an exhibitionist. He's just still an active fighter. He's not retired like Floyd. He's doing the same shit Floyd's doing. He's just doing it while he's an active fighter. Floyd's not. Anyway, keep cool. That's what the real deal is as of right now. I've read so much shit. The only thing that makes sense to me is what they're saying about the sticking point with the weight for Canelo and Jake Paul to agree, and he's going to have to bubble up some, and then for him to come down and try to cut that weight, because we all believe he's going to beat Jake Paul, right? Cut that weight and now try to go into a fight with Terrence Crawford, which it's not smart to do. Anyway, y'all keep cool. I'm still the story's going to change about 30 more times. So don't come back on my page saying, oh, hey, champion, you didn't know what you were talking about. You should disband your channel. You're probably a guy who gets out the shower to take a piss. Oh, you bastard, you don't know boxing. Hey, yo, subscriber. Hey, yo, screw you. And quit taking it to the stupid. Canelo's an exhibitionist, people. It is what it is. I'm in the breeze.